the time with me this evening.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to be following this story throughout the hour on Fox and bringing you updates as they occur. And next up, Dutch investigators in Aruba turned up at the home of prime suspect Johan van der Sloot's family with search dogs and digging tools, breathing new life into a case that has seemingly turned cold. And joining us now in Aruba with the very latest in this investigation is Fox News' Orlando Salinas. Orlando, good evening. What's the latest?
Kimberly, we all know that the 2-year anniversary of the disappearance of Natalee Holloway right now is just almost exactly 1 month away. I can tell you that earlier today we spent about 90 minutes or so going around the sand dunes trying to track down a tip that we received from a local reporter who said that he had been tipped off by police that they were going to be going over some sand dune areas not far from Paul van der Sloot's home near a landmark lighthouse. It's rough terrain around those parts. A local reporter, as I said he was tipped off, but also said that he had decided to slow down reporting on the Holloway case altogether. But Aruban officials and the Dutch government say the investigation has never stopped. And for 2 days, on Friday and Saturday, those Dutch investigators, about 20 of them, scoured the inside and outside of the home of Paul van der Sloot, father of the prime suspect, Johan. Forensics teams brought in dogs, not sure what kind of dogs, drug sniffing or cadaver dogs, they wouldn't say. There was a refrigerated truck parked outside the home behind police tape, kept away from the media and the public. We saw black garbage bags filled with something, also saw a plastic container taken away. Dutch police wouldn't say much except that it is completely reviewing the Natalee Holloway case for, quote, new indications. A statement by police said that there were indications that, quote, justified a more thorough search. Now, this 2-year mark is important because for that length of time, Johan van der Sloot has been the official prime suspect along with two brothers, Deepak and Satish Kalpo. But Aruban law states that if a criminal case is not brought before the court system in 2 years, suspects lose that classification, and the case really begins to wither once that suspect status is removed altogether. Now, as far as what they actually removed from the home, they are not saying, but the father, Paul van der Sloot, apparently did do an interview on Dutch TV over the past 24 hours or so. He said that a computer was taken from his home as well as the diaries, the journals that he and his wife kept. He also, sometime during the interview, said that all those items had been returned to him, including that computer. We're waiting to hear from Dutch officials exactly what it is that they found, if they found anything at all. Kimberly?
All right, Orlando, thank you for that update. And joining us now on the phone is El Diario reporter Jossie Mansour, and here in New York is forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden. All right, Jossie, I'm going to start with you. What do we know about the search that went on at the van der Sloot home?
Well, whatever the gentleman that spoke before me stated, I mean, they were there for 2 days. They brought some cadaver dogs. We think they are cadaver dogs. They brought some specialized equipment. They searched the whole area. They went inside and out of the home. They brought some stuff out in boxes. We don't know what's in the boxes, but we will have to wait until they tell us what it is.
You believe that they're searching for something very specific, that they have some information that they received and that they're acting upon that. Is that correct?
That is correct, because when the Ministry of Justice put out a press release very recently, 2 days ago, it stated that after reviewing the case in Holland, these people from the Institute, the Forensic Institute, came to a conclusion and made suggestions. So they are basing themselves on the conclusion that they reached or on something new that some kind of witness told them in Holland. Somebody must have spoken to them to give them some kind of a lead that they came in such numbers to Aruba.
Okay, so you don't believe that this is just sort of a all show before the 2-year mark comes up?
No, definitely not. These are very serious people.
Okay, real quick, Jossie, before I get to Dr. Baden, you say there may be a new search near the lighthouse. What's that about? Yeah,
now, today they were seen with 2 vans behind the lighthouse. They were with the dogs again. They walked around. I think it was an orientation visit for a full-fledged investigation that will take place sometime in the very near future.
All right, let's bring in Dr. Baden. Okay, what do you think they're looking for, and what can they hope to find, Dr. Baden?
Kimberly, the long metal rods, the refrigerated truck, the dogs all indicate that they're looking for a body. Long metal rods are what typically used when we go out in the field and push down into the ground to see if it strikes something. And the only reason they need a refrigerated truck is if there were going to be some body parts that were discovered. So I think that they're serious about looking in areas that were never looked at, weren't looked at, and should have been looked at 2 years ago. I think also what's interesting, if they find the body, speculating, the body will be in good condition. The clothing will be good. The tissues will be pretty much intact after 2 years. Definitely the teeth and bones are good, so it's easy to make an identification. It should be in good enough condition to determine a cause of death. And that's what they're looking at. Inside the house, they're always going to look into the basement to see if the basement has been recently repaired, if there's some cement that's been put down recently.
Okay, or the swimming pool area. All right, Jossie Mansour and Dr. Michael Baden, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kimberly.
And coming up, we're keeping an eye on the developments